Sogdiana once again has expanded into this two parts. One in Choi, and also the other half of Kashgar fighting against the Tokharians. So we fought the Karluks, and then the Tokharians, which are just slowly expanding, and maybe one day will form the Empire of Turan. Which, how many percentage we control? 53%. And you need to get up to 80 and have at least 2 kingdom titles, which I cannot do that because if we create another kingdom, while we still have the elective succession, then, oh boy, yeah, I'm just a little nervous. Then, that could cause all sorts of problems with 2 having elective kingdoms. Because one votes and the other votes the other, and that creates a Galbalkine-like succession problem. Now to do that, you gotta get up to primogeniture if you have legalism of 3. Which we are... I was about to say nowhere near that. Not quite. We're getting there. But it'll go up faster if people were to vote for the nephew. By people, I mean satraps. Or actually, to vote for this genius here. Which he does have a future. But the problem is they won't go for it. But there is a way. I have the money for it. I was against creating Duchy of Kiva, but perhaps it may have some use. Because, you know, when you have an elective monarchy, it's only those inside of Sogdiana are the ones that become elector titles. Those who hold title become elective. And then we will give... oh, excuse me. Where's... Think straight! You lunatic. Satrapy of Kiva is yours, and yes, you're probably gonna revoke him, which I will not like it. But as far as inheritance warning is concerned, yeah, a guy named Drythroat. See if he can vote for himself while you go deal with those raiders. I'll make you my spy master. And why'd you lock yourself in the gates, you paranoid of a man? Nephew. Nephew. I thought this was a good idea. Instead, you don't trust my judgment. What's the matter, Kurush? Why'd you choose him over me? Yes, you like power, but, you say he's pious? Clearly, you don't understand what's best for Sogdiana. I know what we're going to spend our money on since we have so much of it. Start building up more. Including the training grounds so we can reinforce faster. We can banish a few people if they got money, which they do. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Who's giving away so many gold? Oh yes, the Marzoban. Yes, you can get out too. We'll be happily to take it. You made the right decision. Well, meanwhile, I have a... oh no, she's still alive. It's just she's living in another place somewhere. Don't worry. I will hunt her down. And also, did you vote for yourself? Yes, you did. I told you you come to your senses. This is why I think you are the best for... You're the best for that. And of course, you know, once you take Sogdiana, but he will take Kiva with some other guy, the ugly brawny man, which I'm sure he'll be a problem one day, him being a lector title and everything, of whoever gets to vote for who. Alright. That is one slippery slate, as I was able to dodge and avoid me in the street with my heavy equipment. I'm unable to reach her, unable to catch her. Who knows where she will run to with no knowledge of her whereabouts? The mission is cancelled. Someone will get her next time. They pay me very little money, as one would think it's compensation, or she left her stuff here and we're selling it. Well, until then, I'm gonna go on a war pilgrimage, so see you later. And don't change the votes. The Hungarians have settled in Chernikov, inside of Khazaria. There's this one tiny part that we could easily take over. Oh yeah, here's more things you should spend on. These new trade posts. Increased Silk Road Market. And then Rudimentary Trade Office to increase the retinue size, which we may think about, you know, having a retinue for the first time here. He created that duchy title. What's that still? Yeah, that's up there. Future target for expansion. Well, let's not forget the future wars against the Tokharians. We already fought one for Kashgar, but under Kurush's reign, he would make them pay tribute, not to China. So that way we can defeat their Onaga. I have the money, so I'll try to find a merchant and buy the first edible thing I see. Not hungry. Good food. No need to hunt. You could potentially get hurt. Why still having chest pains? And don't even think about falling in love with another woman. Bastard child's no good to no one. You're supposed to have children through her. And if that doesn't work, then you will marry that younger. So the votes are split, so we'll keep it that way. Now it's 3. Good. Just the way I've wanted. While walking on the road, I see a group of people who stopped walking in the distance. Upon getting closer, I see that there's 2 groups, in fact. Some wandering merchants being attacked by bandits. As I went on this journey to get field experience, this is a good opportunity. However, it can be dangerous. I'll charge all by myself, as I got wounded, obviously. Looking to become a formidable fighter. Just my luck. Now, Here's what we're gonna do here. Making you ambitious would do no good to no one. So let's just make you more diligent, as I will be stressed. I just want you to be a good commander who can fight good. Because we lack of those these days. Now let's have some stepped riding ground in these areas. Because we don't get enough cavalry these days. Okay, I'm all better from being wounded. Most revolts up there tended to be, I want to install this man to be the new Kagan. Oh, this again? Hunt a big game. And I just got wounded again, and I'm becoming sick. Sometimes it's a case of... Wait a minute, what's going on up there? Border dispute, Warren. The Karens of Chabi has a border dispute. Karabogaz? That's not of their territory. It's Ogaz? Turan. Okay, I guess you have an issue with them. I don't mind that. Do you think it's food poisoning? Again, she's a very old, renowned court physician. But clearly your treatments aren't working. Your powers are weak. Sometimes I'm being a little over the top these days. It's been a while since we raised these troops and we're at full strength these days. Let's go kick their... Yeah, kick their tail, referring to the horse's tail. Or if I want to be more American-like, I could just say, let's go kick some of that horse ass. Now I'm suffering from food poisoning, which is a mild one. Oh man, a combination of stressed, wounded, food poisoning, this and that and the other. As long as you know what you're doing. Let's take it easy. Let it go to my chambers. The foul smell of spiders made me both cover my noses, but the physician pulled my hand away. Apologies, my lord, this is the treatment. She recommended deep breaths. If I die because of you, I'd be happy. Shut up. Don't want to go back to war. I got a pilgrimage to do. I'm gonna go again. Because people are used to seeing me gone. Get back to being a regent. They call you the good for the reason. Hey, you're supposed to be making money. Instead, you are clearly just spending it. Well, we can't let you out if you are spending something for ill-gotten gains. Idiots. It's getting close to the middle of the night, and I would prepare to sleep under the stars if it wasn't for this old half-run shack I just found. Yet somehow it feels strange. I no longer hear any nocturnal racket of wildlife, and the moon is now hidden behind a heavy veil of clouds. What place is this? Try to salvage something before leaving. I better hit the jackpot on this. I become trusting, and we made 100. There you go. That settles it then. Even though we took quite a bit of losses. Some unacceptable losses. And you were able to successfully take that area. Yeah, the Petronegs are a bit busy with their sort of affairs. They call you the unlucky. Hey, wait a minute. Matrilineal marriage. Oh, it's gonna go to the Armenians. Well, that's gonna be a problem in the line of succession. No sons? Instead, the Parthian bloodline will run through us. And that means we gotta push that claim at some point in the future, and that would also mean, well, Kren's gonna be no longer independent. That's gonna turn Armenian. And Mirvazai Christian. And if we push that claim, or someone else's claim, because we kind of want to keep that country independent, but there's not that much out there, actually. That's going to be problematic in the future. Or unless we want to push somebody that's landed, and they take it as all and it becomes part of Sogdiana. And thus we would take the burden of fighting against the mighty caliphate and the others that precedes it. What have we done? Why'd you kick that Christian out? Do not worry. We'll get your county back once Koresh is in power. He's done a terrible act. That's all I gotta say. He's done a terrible act. Sten the Swede. A giant man. Duel to the death. I ain't backing out of this, even if it leads to my own death. I'm a better fighter than he is. He's wounded now. Go down already. Look at him. Bruised his head, bruised his torso many times. And he's got a black eye, bruised down hand, bruised legs, and he's got cracked ribs. He's only bruised me a few times, but remember, he could make me severely injured because I'm still, sick. One more hit like that, I'm a dead man. And I win. Now, a formidable fighter. Let's build up a keep. Bastards. No longer awful. Oh, now I'm hungry. Oh, I could die right now. You cannot defeat the raiders. I was about to say, hey, stop running into them. Stop, you idiots. Remember your training, you goofs. We can't defeat these guys, as disorganized rabble. Get together. But it will take time for them to break our defenses down. You can't kill them this way. Damn Petronegs. Oh, more of this. And we got more money out of that. Food poisoning is gone. Why did that become independent? Oh, I'm ready for anything. Now I'm severely injured. It ain't worth it, man. This is why we do not want you to rule. Because you're dull-minded. We don't want another, assassin. I'll put you in the front line immediately. You're at least one of the better ones out there. And you too. Let's get together. Impossible. To be fair, you didn't come in with any commanders. At least they finally taken their leave. Shaking my head. Well, that's your problem now, son, nephew. As soon as I said that, Shah Khosrow has ascended to heaven at age 45. He's died succumbing to severe injuries. A disturbing person. Khosrow was known throughout the lands as a raving madman. Many are cautiously rejoicing in the news of his death. Now, Shah Khosrow, having mastered many skills, he should be admired by his subjects. Long live Shah Khosrow, for he is 22 years old. He lacks the piety because he's lived most of his life as a lustful man. If he doesn't have any more lovers, then he was able to get himself a son. Who's another genius, but needs a little renaming. He just born last year. It's just... your name idea is not well thought out. No Westerner could pronounce that correctly. Any Western viewers. Vishtasp, yeah. That is another noted Iranian name. Now we inherit a country that... I have a headache and I have an infection. Infection? Wait a minute. Who's my court physician? Oh, I see. Met this court physician and there's this 10% chance like, hey, let me have a small body of blood and you become infected. And he's into business. Ah, that's exactly what I had in mind for him. But the problem is, well, he already has a headache and has an infection. He may not become healthy soon. The build time, yes, that's good. You know, we're building buildings already now. But do not be worried. You have the Homo sapling. Can't really counteract, but at least it's a little healthy alternative. Should have gone for family first, but or hunting. Oh well. So him being affected like that, and also the Jews are still. Oh, we can welcome them back for a price. So his first act, despite the fact that he's infected and he's got a headache, he will welcome the Jews back into Sogdiana. The Jews have been banned from our realm for some time, but strangely this seems to have no effect on many of the malices that were thought to be responsible for, such as famines and disease. By now, most Jews have seemed to forgive my offenses, and have decided to welcome them back with open arms. Mistakes were made, let us not dwell on them. My predecessor was a madman. Yeah, you have chest pains. There's Parthian blood. Just for now, putting my vote on Vishtaspa. In case if I die, or some really bad circumstance. Okay, real question. I guess you. Aggressive leader, but not sure about that. Actually, we do have a loyalist, but is a lunatic. So, yeah, our military has weakened a bit. Wait a minute, do I have Kiva? Yes, I do. Oh, where's the Christian? Yeah, coward, revoked title. It's like, I know you have children, but... It's like, hey, you still around here? Oh no, he fled down there. Because I would like to bring him back in here. Because we made a little error of judgment. Like, look, I could put you back in here. But I don't know how happy you would, since you're never going to forgive me. Then I revoked your title. Or give it to this other man, who's the Astabat of Karabogaz. What you got there? Oh. What's your son like? Oh, there's room for new blood here. Ah, yes, he won't come to court, but he still lives here. Okay, I'll give it back to you. My apologies. Caught red-handed. Maybe that's why. You're the first person I'm going to sway you, and you'll be one of the bullets. And what to do with Kiva? Because that's one of the elected titles. I know that man one day is gonna be desiring that. I mean, having more Nestorian, Sogdian Christians isn't gonna hurt much. And all this land, including the looted land that I really don't want. And speaking of the predecessor, I was about to say, hey, since I wonder who. That's what we call uncle, yes. I knew my uncle here, who was really a crazy person, and he hurt himself really, really bad, as if he hated himself. Now he will find. So again, as per custom, I should take my predecessor to the mountains, taking my uncle to the mountains. They'll be offered to the birds of prey, and in death, they will generously share their flesh with all living creatures. May their spirits soar into the heavens. I shall take him to the mountains myself. Give me a moment. We'll do something about this little health issue. After reaching the mountains, I carefully place the body in what I deem a good location. I can already hear the vultures soaring above me as I perform the necessary rituals. When I start to make my way back down, it doesn't take long until the vultures begin to tear at the flesh with both beak and claw. You're with Manon now, you crazy uncle. Right, 22 years old, prime of my life. I'm into business. Figuring that I'm a genius, who is also diligent and honest. but a little paranoid. But I'm getting a little... Yeah. Once this infection goes away, then hopefully I'll get better. If not, then there's going to be problems, and Vishtas has to take over, despite what the vassals think of him. In fact, what do the vassals think of me? Is the real question. Yes, I'm sorry that I've been revoking titles back in Kiva. But do not worry. Do not worry. I will follow a different path. Since I'm a businessman first, I thought I should join the Great Trade League. I have received a letter about your interest in joining our Great Trade League. You must know that we don't care about what you believe in or what you're entitled to. We care about what we can achieve for ourselves by ourselves. Do you agree to be seen as our equal, even if it means being shunned by people that will believe you are breaking a class barrier? If you are, let us trade symbolically. That's tried. Have I already got my treatment for this headache? Because do we not have a court physician? Actually, there's one better. This would further improve relations with the Daggerpat. It has not been treated recently. Because whatever it was a failure. Being followed. Ever since I left the mountains, I've had an odd feeling that someone is following me. But when I turn to look, there's nothing there. But as I reach the top of the small hill, I quickly turn my head and see that one of the vultures has been following me. Not just any vulture, it's a bearded vulture. Hey, free diplomacy. Can I keep it? Free bird, free diplomacy. And I need a good treatment quickly. You are the best physician around, Ekshed. Salt the stars, or draining a good portion of my blood. Thank you. And also we need to look for another resource. But apparently I already did, but I guess that was during the Kievan thing. There's 2 wheat fields in Kiva. So that's who you're voting for. Okay. Remember, in case if I die, just take care of the country, alright? Because Vishtas could also very well be a very good ruler one day. I mean, I'm not worried if I die too early. It's just I need you to look over the country and we'll support you on whatever ideas you have in mind. Even if it means persecuting the Buddhists out east. We'll let the raiders have their fun. We're trying to recover here. Egads. He's been antagonizing. No, this is beneath me. Stop! I'm not trying to make any enemies here. Maybe I should give you another piece of county, just to make you a little more happy. Like, say, up there. That one's more neglected. Just like that one. Okay, since you run on Gavelkind, I will give away the county. And this one, the poorer one. That one's got no wheat, unlike these two. Here, all yours. And you may revoke whatever, still out there. Okay, a group of craftsmen has come to my court and show off their work. They present me with fine goods, of which I'm sure there would be a demand for in the realm. Noticing my interest, the craftsman asked for some capital to start up a workshop, saying they lacked the funds to do it on their own. This is a sound investment. We'll set up a workshop over there on one end and begin preparation for goods. Right. Go for intrigue. No, learning. She's way more skilled towards learning. As I said, if I die of infection too early, take care of the country. Well, you take care of Vishtasp. We'll continue to spend what little money is there to make around here. Such as a militia training ground. Whoa! Riding grounds. That one's for the Iranian culture, so. The feared horse archers of the steppes are trained here. These highly mobile horsemen frequently outmaneuver their opponents and are some of the finest warriors the world has ever seen. This one has more horse archers attack and morale. Hey, we already have plenty of horse archers here thanks to steppe riding grounds. Not riding grounds. It's going to take a couple of days, so we'll invest in that. You can say, okay, this half will be Zoroastrian, and this is the Christian half. Although he'll get Kiva too, in case I pass away, as we got some of the first trade goods. Sack of grain, thanks to the local resources here. So as member of the trade league, we can get some wheat, some of it from tannery and shepherd community. She did the right thing. Oh no, they're coming again. I mean, me commanding troops will be a difference maker, but we need more men. We can't stop these raiders because they're too strong. You ain't gonna like my suggestion, but there you go. Because don't want to have a tax break here for a man who knows a lot about business. And not too much on piety, though. And we got more sack of grain. And a bundle of hides. Yeah, they're getting more trade goods. Jeez. It ain't enough. You might as well raise the levies, hire a bit of mercenaries just to kick these guys out of here. But they reinforced in 94 months, see? I mean, we're doing a fine job taking care of the raiders, but they'll never stop. Unless we have to negotiate with them. Just to tell them, please stop raiding. I'll let you settle in this land. We might come to some compromise with you. Because we can't fight you. My lord, your prosperous lands mark you as Shah of impressive abilities. I have an offer for you to which ensure a lasting peace between us. Let me rule the county. That one I just gave away. In your name, and no one should doubt that they dare touch it again. Yeah. How much? Offer the county, which is currently ruled by my vassal, to the adventurer for a price of 270. If he accepts, he will become my vassal and will be protected from raiding adventurers for 10 years. The vassals will not like it because, especially Ramtish, because I just sold him his county, which I just gave him to it. But all the other vassal opinions for about 5 years will not like me for this. So, fine. What say you? I would consider to offer together my closest advisors, and I'm afraid to say that I am not entirely pleased with the terms. Madia is a fine county, but is not worth the price to demand. Might I suggest a more reasonable sum of 189 gold pieces? From 270 to 189? Okay. Fine. But one thing's for certain. As he becomes the new resident over there, I'm gonna make him Zoroastrian. Okay, fine. You got it. You gotcha. Oh, he already converted to Zoroastrianism. So this is what happens when you told the raiders, it's like, okay, you can come here. Here's your new home. And now he's converted to Zoroastrianism. But not his immediate family, though. Just him. Give it time. Then let's just hope of our continued cooperation between us two here. Hell, we might even make you marshal. Because you got great skill. So just help us reinforce the entire military here. Blessings upon your house. I've decided to convert to the Zoroastrian faith so that I may rule my new subjects as widely as you rule yours. Excellent. Sorry about that. And you ain't gonna forgive me for this. But please remember, Fishtop may not be elected, but if I die of an infection and with the headache combined, then it's up to Vishtas to be left to his own devices while the ex-shed of Fergana will come up with whatever rule he has in mind. So let's talk, okay? Despite the fact that we gave a county to you, and we give it away to the Pecheneg. Instead, we provoked each other. Just great. Alright. Continue the improvements of other places, such as castle towns. I'm a money man now, so let's make more money. Yes. We shall have. One more. Well, actually, no, save it, because that resource chain event's going to be coming up soon. Remember, I'm not a very pious man. What's my gain of the assets of the... Oh, 10.5. But I need to get rid of my honesty. Better to be deceitful. And set up a workshop in Bukhara? Whatever works, it better give me good profits. Otherwise, I'm going to be selling these trade goods to a certain somebody. Unless someone's going to come and willing to buy them. Again, compared to the last series of India, I didn't do much on the Great Trade League stuff, so this is first time. And one could think, it's like, ah yes, these Sogdians are going back to what they know. And that is to be, not just a Silk Road merchant, which is what they're best known for, but a member of the whole Trade League. In which everybody in the world can participate, if they got the stewardship skill for that. Okay, I'll buy them proper attires. Now we got a stack of wool cloths, so... Okay, this is what we get, for example. Grains from the wheat grains, wool cloths from the shepherd community, and a bundle of hides from the tannery in Bukhara that's been there since the beginning of this playthrough, which I'm surprised it hasn't expired yet. And one of these days, I gotta sell them to somebody that I would know of. I only have a limited time on Earth, so let's get down to business. And also, I'm giving my father-in-law who's satrap of Dihistan. Current satrapy. Concubine. I got another one for you. If the age is right. Certainly not her. I'll find you one day. Unless. But that has to be in the realm, in the court. No locals. It's like, okay, what we need is a non-married woman that can come here. There's only one woman in the world that is married. Well, what about her? Oh, she's big. Never mind. Well, just hope if you have a son of a concubine out of it, if you want to save your dynasty from us taking it over. Not that I mind or anything. Again, I have an infection, and I have a headache, and reasons for the treatment. There's a high demand for hides. A high demand for hides. And the trade league's willing to is buying all the shipments they could find. They will offer you maximum market value for it. Hope you contact me if you have any opportunities. Straight up, Pato. Oh, he's from around here. Fellow member of the trade league. Well then, I do happen to have a bundle of hides, fresh from Bukhara. I did say, hey, let's make a little money. And my golly, we're gonna get it. Alright, deliver trade goods. This man's from the league and is ready to deliver the hide shipment for me. He also has my payment. 227 gold. And gain a little 100 assets. Send in the linen shipment. Bundle of hide, so to speak. Told you we'd make a little bit of money. Yes, selling it. I was thinking about selling it to the market, but this mission came up. What luck. Don't spend it all at once, because we're still looking for a resource around here. That's currently in the works. Which means if there's going to be a resource, there's already those two here, and those two here, so it's going to be either those two. Mayor Jumut approaches me and presents me the request to buy a small plot of my land in Samarkand. This is a hard decision to take, since he promises to pay well for the land. If it's the mayor who lives in this county. Of course, the council tax will hurt a little, but I do need the gold. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Actually, you're more suited for diplomat. Even though that would be against Khosrow's wishes, you know, that crazy uncle. He would rather make sons out of... He would make warriors out of everybody, but I'm the exception. Ever since my pursuit of wealth began, I started keeping a close eye on both income and expenses, and my coffers seem to have filled to the brim more often than not. A thriving economy is good for the realm. I'm an aspiring trader. This character's starting to learn the art of making money and fame from money. It's almost time for treatment. And speaking of almost time, well, here comes a baby. And remember, we don't make money out of resources anymore. When you are a member of the Great Trade League, these resources here will become trade goods. So those coin jingles you've been hearing, that's the silk money. From the silk trade post, mind you. So I wonder how I kept referring to it as silk money instead of blood money or this other type of money. Again, matrilineal marriage. She names her children. I don't, even though I do have the option to. But Foruzan, not to be confused with Funa, fine. I mean, it's your children. Which means, when I renamed that son of Ishtas, the original name, I guess that was her idea too. I mean, after all, she is of my dynasty. Well, she's actually a cousin by marriage. The sergeant comes into panic and says there's an intruder in my home. The thief is most likely after my goods. Ooh, I don't know about that, because I have a headache. I have an infection. Plus, it's all grain and wool cloths anyhow. So, I mean, the hide's worth something that would be worth losing. So, I have nothing worth to lose. So, of course they would take the wool cloths. We'll get another one here soon. And my pressing headache's gone away, so I can focus on the mind of things again. I feel better. No longer have the headache. But the bad news is I can't get the good treatment, the low health bonus to counteract against this infection. And I don't have any health bonuses that can help me out on it. And if I needed health bonus, I would need to switch to a different focus. Probably hunting. Yeah, let me write a letter to say sorry about all that happening. And sorry that we sold the land to this Petronag. While we continue to look for any possible resource in the domain. Which I think that little chain event is still ongoing. Told you. Oh, that's Kiva that gets small tax break. The less prosperous county. Sure. Continue to spend more on castle towns. The craftsmen that I funded a couple of years ago have returned to tell me of their success. With my support, I was able to set up their business. Now it's one of the most profitable enterprises in Urgent. Great, more taxes for me. Now this gets an artisan workshop for 10 years over there. And prosperity in the capital county increases slightly. Ever since my pursuit of wealth began, I started keeping a close eye on both income and expenses. My coffers seem to be filled to the brim more often than not. Now I'm a trader. This character's learned how to attract money to his coffers in all kinds of ways. Well, Vishtas, you're a genius, and that means I can give you another attribute. I was about to say, what'd you pick up on? Was it the intrigue? It's okay to have more intrigue. That means better self-protection against potential dangers. And speaking of potential dangers, I'll give you this. Since you're my bastard daughter, which I cannot legitimize you because you are of that dynasty. From this one whoever assassinated her must have not wanted her. What else? Think. You've got business to take care of. Okay, this is already built. And this castle town's going up too. Well, these two need to go up. We're mainly money intensive these days. And this year was not the most productive for the wheat field in Nurkinj. They will need extra help to receive the annual quota. Oh, do you? I don't have much of assets, but... don't worry. In time, when the infection goes away, all my skills, including stewardship, will go way up. So, I'll just do this only once. I'll get personally involved. And we got more grain. My infections put me in grave danger on multiple occasions. The pain and foul smell has finally subsided and my wound looks clean. Oh, now I'm better. And look at the asset gain. 13.5 compared to 10.5 last time. Now that I'm fully better, stewardship skill is great. More grain. But you gotta do something about that grain in the future. Oh, what are you, Nishapur? And you don't have enough to back it up, but you have the money for mercenaries. For once, we're gonna have to support you. I mean, I'm fully better from all the infection and stuff. I have the combat skill to fight any commanders, if need be. But in an unlikely event that I get killed in action, that Vistas will take over. Well, I'll keep up with the business focus from now. We'll intervene. We'll be coming. I mean, are we at full strength? Not quite. You need 1,000 more than we up to 5,000, but combine 6,000 versus nearly 5,000 of theirs, which do not underestimate them, because they are members of the Keepers of the Flame. It's a warrior lodge. And he's their hero, one of the top-ranking guys there. And he's a strategist, not a duelist. That could be a problem. Especially a problem when it comes to upkeep. Remember, Nishapur is a Zoroastrian holy site. We must help them out. Well, we do have a non-aggression pact with them. Political concerns. Oh no. The county is lost. We gotta do something about them. We got to draw them out. Like usually they'll find defensive battles. Plus, he has a lot of money. Where does he get all that? I want some of that money. Extorting tribute would be a good idea. Rather than claiming some county, which that man, who has a strong claim to, and again, that's for Kundats. Yeah, they call him the Bold. Again, conflict just started. But he could hire mercenaries too, which could further complicate things. But do we want to get involved in a conflict? I mean, again, we may lose a Zoroastrian moral authority over this, and I'm sure there will be a time we'll strike back at them, and strike back at them hard. Give it time. Two defensive hosts. Although we also plan on making them pay tribute to us rather than China, because you know how they, beat our armies the last time. Let's just try to make a little money here. Don't rush into such things. As my efforts of gaining wealth, all the more determined I sleep less and less, and sleeping is not a profitable behavior. I must have more gold. My grandmother's passed away, my Shaka grandmother. Oh, not this again. I'll let them work in their own pace. Wish I could have more hides. We can't have a non-aggressive pact with them because it's not a holy war. It's a county conquest. Unless we could stop them from doing so. I know you Harbads have issues with me, but since these guys are pagans, can you make these guys convert to Zoroastrian? That would be grand. Accepting Zoroastrianism, and then them and Karen will get along. Highly unlikely, because he's not zealous. Anyways, apparently there's an old folktale about this area. Something about a magic bush or something that must not be stabbed. The elder, one of my local villagers, hysterically telling my workers to leave. Let's just move on to the next area. I don't want to lose the assets, nor do I want to lower my health. Give him time. Again, he clearly doesn't like us, but he has a learning education. Hopefully sanity will prevail for them to accept Zoroastrianism, and then they'll stop the county conquest. Oh, and an even better news. Late feudal administration we can have. if they're willing to vote for it in the council. No. We need a... And I don't want to get rid of the vassals who are... Don't want to get rid of people on the council who are vassals to us. That won't happen anytime soon. Here, attack. Uh-oh. You don't have any lowers, do you? Hire someone to find out just for once. Because I don't recall having any seducers around here. They kicked you out, didn't they? Also the craftsman here, Bakar? Alright, more money. Then again, you're temperate. Slow down, will ya? Nothing suspicious. Okay, okay. Stop! So, they rejected Zoroastrianism. Let's assume that. The unlucky one. What were you men at? Oh. They got way more mercenaries than we originally anticipated. They will get in this report. But they'll be losing quite a bit of money. So clearly we're outmatched here. Even with full strength, we'll still be outmatched. Unless you want to hire mercenaries yourself. But think of the upkeep. Well, actually that's good income. Okay, we can maintain. And we can spend mercenaries. We'll intervene in a few months. Like, say, beginning of spring. I'm going to give them till March. Got till March. And then we'll come in. Fight in some form of a conflict. And not a holy war. Well, holy war is possible. There's no other Zunists out there. So we will intervene. Indirectly. Since you refuse the non-aggression pact. Even like you 100% will not convince you. Surprised no other missions come up yet. After giving my advice on a delicate matter, my courtier asked me to accept a small gift to go as thanks for my help. Wasn't my advice more worth than a couple of pennies? Didn't pick up greedy. Greedy is a good trait to have when you are a member of the Trade League if you want to increase the assets a bit more. They've taken their objective. That's not good. Oh. Well, he has more money than this. So clearly he must be assaulting. It's all risky. Plus the man is stressed, despite being a hero of his warrior lodge. That's it. Make it official. Let's see, yeah, Kabulistan, the gateway to India. Kashmir's a bit far off. And tribute would probably be... It's like, well, it's nice to get a lot of money from them, but I believe it would be counterproductive in case they ask us to help out on their wars against either India or even a Karen Satrapi. Hell, we should have made Karen pay tribute to us, not someone else. So. Let's weaken their power base in Kabulistan, because that's their Shahdom, because of the Afghan culture. Taking an awful risk on it. Is there another way to... No, I don't have that ability. So yeah, this is Kabulistan. 3 counties, including Kabul, the modern capital of Afghanistan. So they did reject Zoroastrianism. And based on the way you dressed, you just joined the Hermetic Society. And you can borrow money from Jews if you need some more money. So we'll be hiring mercenaries pretty soon. Honestly, we should have held a festival just to up the troop morale, but oh well. That's going to be for some other important work, especially against nomads. It's going to take time to assemble the whole army over here. Now we got their attention. Once everybody's together, hire the mercenaries. Eek. Again, we're at war and we plan on hiring mercenaries, so nothing that the Trade League cannot handle. Yeah, that's going to hurt the assets quite a bit. Get back to your duty. Alright. Already. All we need to do is try to weaken some of their armies, but I guess they're fighting a battle down there. But the question is, who won? Oh, Karen won. Because the war score went up. He's got a good amount of troops, and he doesn't anymore. Again, we're going into areas that is not in the traditional parts of Sogdian territory. We're doing this just to stop Nishapur from falling. And these other, I see why they're going after that. This one's not only a holy site for the Zoroastrians, as it's held there, that's also for the Zunists too. That's what's so important to them. I see that you've yet to find an apprentice. While they are clumsy and will probably cause their fair share of mistakes, one will probably help you to find more trade opportunities and strengthen the Trade League in the long term. So find an apprentice. What I typically do is just wait a couple of months or a year, and then it'll pop up so that we get a new apprentice if need be. So for now, you could say the Afghans are winning by occupation, but the Karen is winning by battles. He doesn't have much troops anymore. I don't think there's a need for mercenaries right now, as we originally suspected. We're gonna hit him where it hurts. And this Fandia is coming. And so is Shah. Don't go to this area, that's raiders. Found something in Oshana? Another shepherd community. Oh, this is going to hurt a lot of money for this, but again, we don't need mercenaries, so don't worry about it. We'll make more money through the silk trade, as well as the local taxes now that we build more castle towns. At least we'll be up in the mountains. Guess they've lost most of their mercenary troops, all their good ones too. It looks like they're beginning to liberate friendly territory. And where are they? Oh, this area is mountains. Oh. Most of their troops are mercenaries, which aren't usually good. You're already patient, but can we make you diligent too? Yes? Hey, can I take you as a concubine? Because, you know, after all, we're related. Actually, no. Brother here. He's unmarried. Actually, you should marry my brother. Cousin. God, how big is this family? A cousin of Shane. Aunt Shane. Aha. A brother. Yeah, those are the related to those of the Parthian blood. It'll be matrilineal. You're gonna marry this ugly duckling of the family, but it'll be matrilineal. Let there be more with those with the Parthian blood in our veins. Watch your words. Where's the enemy? Are they on the offensive again? Yeah, they're on the move. At least they're going down to the lowlands of the desert. Is there anyone I can count in this court? I've been looking for an apprentice to lessen my workload, and I'm surrounded by oaks. And there's this woman, Gobaha, approached me the other day about work. Perhaps it'll do. Yeah, sure. Make this a peasant my apprentice. Nominated one of the members of the court as my apprentice. I'll help fill the required paperwork and make her join the trade league. Yeah, that's 100 assets. There's a reason why I waited that. 100 assets on it, and then here's an additional 100. We're getting there. If I need to be promoted. Well, meanwhile, we got a war to win, and also beat the heck out of their armies. What's our main objective? Fight, occupy later. And as for these territories, well, probably gonna keep it for the time being. Or just beat the heck out of them so much and then, you could say, look, we'll declare white peace. We never intended to occupy there. Actually, as I said, that's their power base, right? As far as structures is concerned. Yes. Oh, never mind. They're winning up there. And they have not captured the leader. Well, let's chase them down. As they're weak in the moment. Going from Vegas to where? To Herat. More grain, some hides, and they'll be going to Mandesh. Yeah, we're just following them, shadowing them. Oh crap, it's mountains and rivers. But we have the numbers. What did I tell you about fighting mountains up in Afghanistan? Again, it's my first battle. Now we're putting pressure on the center since he's beating the heck out of my center. So far, so good. Yeah, we definitely weakened them. No, no, no. Go this way. Follow them and keep attacking them as our friends are liberating territories. And that's going to be a problem. Okay, we'll beat the heck out of you one more time and then we'll head back home. And we wish them the best. Because he's winning mostly, so... we may have to call white peace on this one. Because it was not my intention to occupy there. I just wanted to beat the heck out of them as a way of inadvertently helping them win the war. Once they liberate all the territory. Okay, one more battle, and we're going to go fight up the Tengris. I remember her. That's some other issue I don't understand, but you got money. You'll be expelled for this. Sucker. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah. Took quite a bit of losses, but let's get up there now. What say you about White Peaks, huh? Should think about taking up Zoroastrianism next time. 90% now. And they don't have the numbers like they used to. So let that be a lesson to you. You're getting this. I mean, I wish we would beat the heck out of them and scare them into converting to Zoroastrianism. And then there'll be 3 Zoroastrian independent states. Hey, would that be lovely? But that's only a dream. So we're giving them white peace. Just came here to beat the heck out of them. So we can inadvertently help them out. Which, he doesn't view it that way. Suit yourself. You got the numbers. It's gonna last 10 years. And let's just hope there aren't any more of those guys up there. Oh, what the... Shah is winning. Again. He's got that Chinese honor guard. Let that be a reminder the next time we fight them. That you better bring a lot of troops with you. Didn't pick up any battlefield experience. More wool cloths. Almost there. One more month and I'll be promoted to trader. And it can be held if you are an apprentice trader. Here it is. Who they're voting for? Oh, it's Tarquin II, the Mule. Now I'm a traitor, which I'll show you what that means in a moment. Alright. That takes care of that. How you doing down there? Looks like war's over. You won, didn't you? Yep, you win. And defending against Khorasan, so now the Muslims want this piece of land. Told you we would advertently weaken them, and they can't hire mercenaries anymore. It's too bad we can't ask them to... Ah, wait a second. Do you wish to be Zoroastrian now? Save yourselves? Since we beat the heck out of you? Second chance. Oh, and put those down. We need a rest. We took a lot of casualties on that one. More than we should have. Need some of that. We don't give enough light infantry these days. Some would say our military structure is kind of neglected. Organization's what you're looking for. Speaking of that, up more on the skirmish techniques. We were having a bit of struggle with that last time. And castle infrastructure for more castle towns, thus further increasing the economy. The shepherd community is finished, so that means more wool cloths. If anybody's willing to buy them, I got lots of them. We have no proper storage for our trade goods. It would be advantageous and safer to have one, as your wealth will undoubtedly attract people of ill intent. Should I contact the Trade League to find a warehouse? Yeah. It's too bad we don't live in the area where there are stones and lumber resources where you can find, so I guess we'll start half the building. So we have several options to start. We can rent the building to store our goods, which would be simple and cheap, or we wouldn't own or know the building. On the other hand, we could build it from the ground. If we have the proper goods, it could be even fairly be cheap. Build my own warehouse. That's what we're doing. Do it yourself. The architect laid down a basic blueprint with a list of materials needed to build a warehouse. If you are missing materials, he will have it delivered by his partners. Oh my goodness! You should have gone to the market and go buy the lumber and the stones first before you do such a thing. But don't worry, we control 3 silk trade posts and we'll make a bit of money a little fast. Oh yes, we have this other thing. Contact affiliated artisans. Because we got so much grain and I know what to do with them now. I make contact with the artisans affiliated with the Trade League in order to ask them to use their skill to transform the goods in my possession into more profitable ones. Here we have brewers, cooks, and shepherds. Offer the grain to the shepherds in exchange for some sheep products. Yeah, that's 4 sack of grain. And we lose a bit of assets for that, what little I have. Don't worry, it'll be worth it. I'll be sure to go to the market next time and sell the wool. We have too many of those. Well, we have too many grain now. We gave it away. And we got some more grain, by the way. I'm not really sure what happened. A good-looking man promised me they would bring back more assets than I'd given his. He probably should have... He couldn't possibly swindle me, right? It's probably just taken more time than anticipated, right? You're not a greedy person. But, oh, that doesn't matter. I'll just say, you will need to put your trust in a contract, not in a pretty face. No need to get angry over something. Probably raiders. I'm surprised there hasn't been any raiders lately here. What's going on? Cousin. He doesn't like me because he wants to be on the council. Let me see. You're not even skilled on just about anything. Unless I make you my advisor. No, not possible. Now listen, you lack the skills of just about everything. What if I was to put you in a proper position? Let me see your skills again. I was thinking Spy Master, but no, that would be considered insulting. Yeah, he just turned 16 recently. That's the reason why he put up a faction for himself, because, well, he's got a lot of men in his realm. Supposedly. Oh yeah, he does. Well, actually, no. Those are just mercenary troops. It'll go away. He won't start a civil war because he's in the middle of a war. Don't worry about that. The shepherds I gave the grain to tell some of their sheep are being sent to the butcher, and I'll get my share in a moment. So I get a bag of meats, wool cloths, and hides. When you get those assets up to 100, go to the market. Matter of fact, just wait till the warehouse is finished. Then you should go to the market. As long as you're not preoccupied with something else, which is a tendency. A character flaw of mine. Pigeon eggs are independent. Yeah, they are looting. That's why they raised up the troops. Because, you know, did your part, Turan, or Oghuts, that I've thought about occupying that area, but we fear the bigger ones up there. What? He's in the middle of a war with the weaker Cognate. So yeah, they're on an expansion campaign here. But we need more money still. More money to maintain the war. Mo Zegchan came to court today, seeking a silent claim to escape from China after the rest of his family was executed on orders of the Emperor. Oh, great Shah, your merciful nature is known across the land. I implore you to grant me refuge. It would be of untold kindness. Jay. Wait. I usually do this. Was there some kind of a warning in your head? So that way there's a chance of getting grace. Oh, we're not even done with the warehouse, and there's already an intruder. But once I have to intercept, because I got too many to lose. The intruder in my home is a lone man. I'll try to catch him by surprise. I silently approach the man from behind. I take a peek over the crate, only see him staring right back at me. My attempt at sneaking has failed. That's it, I'll fight him. I'm not wounded. I guess I got him. And not to mention gained a little assets for that. Now that I beat the heck out of him. Stood. Yeah. A single holy war force stood would have them taken care of. But remember, you don't know who they'll be watching. Soon after writing to the Chinese Emperor, a very grateful emissary arrived with several guards to escort Mu Xingjiang back to the Chinese Empire. You can't understand what they'll do to me, screamed Chen as he was dragged out. I'm sure it can't be that bad. Gee, 2,000 grace to get a trade contract if we want more money? Don't worry about it. These are just grain. Which, again, we get too many of those. And soon we're going to have too many wool. And that's the way it is. So again, possible holy war to wipe them off from the face of the earth. And the real question is, oh, don't worry. You're going to have a lot of money to build all these, a castle here, a castle there, a castle there, a castle there. And then the steppes are settled. Actually, it's all desert, but you know what I mean. Actually, that one's marsh. Just raise up a little money to, say, 500. 500 gold, and then we'll declare a holy war against the pigeon eggs. As my warehouse is completed, now my goods will be stored in it. There's a possibility to improve it with luxury goods. I ain't got any, so I'll improve it later. The luxury ones, that is. And if you need guards, you have to spend another bit of money in that. And I lost my apprentice trader. Well, one would think she wasn't good at her job anyhow. Now you're Zoroastrian. you've done it. Again, it was a de jure claim for Khotan. Just for reference. Karen Holy War for Herat. Now that one we can join. But, oh, and there's too many things going on. Too much for him to handle now. Finally, you're getting your piece of revenge, even though you don't have that many troops. Because you don't have much of the way of domain size. Oh, does it still exist? Yes, he still sits on a gold mine. And guess what? More wheat fields up there. If I were to personally control that county, which I highly doubt it. Well, now there's 2 shepherd communities here. And it'll take a couple of years until we start searching another one for another resource here. I'm surprised he still hasn't accepted Zoroastrianism yet. We can help out. And so Karen and Zunbil can help each other out. If he becomes Zoroastrian. Oh yeah, it belongs to Drythroat. I like how we call him Drythroat because we don't want to try to say his Sogdian name, which might be impronounceable to some Western viewers. Unless you people of Iranian culture are watching this series, whether if you are from Iran or in the lands where the Sogdians came from, like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, a little bit of Kazakhstan, and the Kyrgyzstan. That's where they once lived. And Herbat is dead because he died of severe stress. Try again. For the last time. I'm sure he won't accept it this time. Awful lot of Kurumasta still around. How many people are in this court? Gotta remember the limits. 3rd time better be the charm. Oh no, they're gone. Yep, they've taken it over. So now they become too powerful. In fact, they could rival Khazari. Hey, wait a minute. They're busy with that revolt. Oh boy. It's like, yeah, them is enough, but with the potential vassal allied troops, it's 5,000. We can't beat them. Can't. So whenever they get into the Civil War, and we'll try to take Ostwood. We waited too long. Well, then I guess more money spending then. This one would hurt the tax income a little. Oh yeah, new and improved Castletown. At least here, locally. I mean, the rest of the counties have not reached that technology level yet. So just this one. And build it fast. Let me see. I didn't even think about that. Tokharian. That can't be good. I can't be a kind person in the trade league. You see that portrait, what he's wearing? I guess he did a war sacrifice, so he put on his tribal tattoos, and hopefully he will try to win any of those wars. So all I can say is please accept Zoroastrianism, otherwise your children are going to be Hindu. He just won a duel, as he became a renowned duelist, because I have another son. I could come up with a better name, my dear. Babak. Defending against. Oh, it's not them. It's not their war. Let me see. Oh, they took down that trade post. Just when I was going to build it, but now you're doing it for me. Okay, thank you. Still no mission of what they asked me to do. Heck, we got so much. You better just wait a month, and then we'll build a guarded warehouse. Hiring guards, so to speak. We don't want to let some thief come in again. It's finished. Now we'll have a guarded warehouse, which will be done in 11 days' time. And we'll lose a bit of tax income because we are paying the said guards. You've rejected Zoroastrianism. That will be your end. And next time, when I fight you, won't be so nice. Putting you back in. Right. Now we'll have a Steppe Warrior Lodge. No technology here on this spot. Small cavalry. And one more for militia training ground. And we will end the episode on that note as we continue to build up our military and build up our economy. And we just hope that Vishtas, this genius son of mine, will better be something. Or I could otherwise be lost in the realm of business where I could be so much into it that I just become addicted with making money and then spend the money big to make Sogdiana strong. And in the next episode we'll most likely fight against them. Although you need a little money for that. And then make these guys pay tribute to us, not to China. Because we need to make more money. And then we gotta figure out how do we deal with this big old cognate up there. Which it kind of worries me. Especially that the defender side is one. Born weak, and also born weak. Then again, he's a really old man. I mean, if we need to expand somewhere, then it's likely this place. If we want to expand more into the steppes, that is a major part of Turan. While it looks like Tibet's breaking apart, as well as all the other, happenings and occurrences throughout the Middle East. But as for Sogdiana, surprisingly stable. Surprisingly. Hope to see you in the next one. Till then, so long for now.